Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is your Chelsea transfer video for you guys, where I keep you guys up to date with all the latest news surrounding Chelsea and a bit of tactical analysis of our defeat to Arsenal yesterday in the FA Cup final, where we are still all heartbroken, devastated, and including me, I'm gutted. I'm gutted from last time, but I'll be delving into tactics, the tactical analysis, and how Arteta outclassed Lampard, what we can learn from this, and how Chelsea got beat. But before I do get into that, I'll be getting to the news. So Kai Havertz's latest update and how he's forcing his move, saying his goodbyes to Bayer Leverkusen, and injury news, big injury news, big injury update for you guys I want to give you. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the cup final last night, and of course going forward into the future. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. And I'll start off with injury team news. Lampard was very unfortunate. We were unfortunate as fans, and it was one of those where no matter how hard we tried, no matter even if we got tactically spot on, it just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't our day. It just wasn't meant to be. However, the injuries hit us hard. Now, before the game, Kante was, yes, despite him being on the bench, he was not 100% fit. He still had a hamstring problem, and his knee injury was still reoccurring in that sense. Still occurring, and unfortunately he couldn't make an appearance into the first 11. And of course, you don't want to risk an injury with Kante. We know that in the last couple of years he's had a lot of reoccurring muscle injuries, and if you aggravate it or reactivate that injury, he could be ruled out for a large section of next season. We need him to have a proper rest, and I think it's best that essentially Kante was ruled out for the game. Ruben, he had a slight knock, and then we had the in-game situation. Azpilicueta coming off crying, head up for him. Hamstring injury, and then Pulisic with the unlucky hamstring injury. Now, the main topic I want to speak about is Pulisic, because this was shocking when I heard it. Now, if you go on YouTube, I'll give a link in the description. It was a doctor named Brian Stutterer, an American doctor, and he explains all the details about Pulisic's injury in yesterday's game, how he made the injury, and the implications of it. Now, according to his estimate, of course, bear this in mind, there hasn't been any scans or tests yet, so we'll hear the official news for how long he'll be out for by Frank Lampard in the press conference, or either the club will release a statement. But what he was saying from his understanding and his experiences as being a top doctor is that he could be out for up to 2 months. Now, it depends on what type of injury it is. Now, in essentially your leg, in your thigh, you have 3 muscle groups, and essentially he's saying that it could either be a hamstring injury, which is what is likely because of the way he was holding his leg and the way he was in agony, or it could be, of course, an abductor injury. And this is the problem, because the abductor injury is a serious injury, and also it's an injury that's been reoccurring with Pulisic. He was out with an abductor injury in January, which ruled him out for a good 4 or 5 months, and he's had these reoccurring abductor injuries at Borussia Dortmund as well. And this is a massive issue. And what he was essentially saying was that if you run the ball in a straight line, and he pulled up his hamstring, he said it can't be an abductor injury, it'd have to be a hamstring. But the way he knocked the ball forward past Xhaka, and when he was about to unleash his shot, his right foot was planted at an angle. It was planted at an angle, and therefore there's a good chance the abductor might be injured. Now, obviously, this is all guesswork, and obviously he's using his knowledge as being a top doctor, and we haven't seen any scans yet, but he's saying it's not looking good. So he could be ruled out for easily between 1 and 2 months. We're talking weeks, and we're talking into months at this point. And for him to get back to full match fitness, up to speed for the start of the season, it's not good. It's not good for his recovery. Pre-season would have done fantastic for him, but it is what it is, and it's really frustrating, and it really emphasises how we didn't get essentially any luck in yesterday's game. But it's what it is. Let's hope and pray it's a hamstring injury, because if it is a hamstring injury, he'll only be ruled out maximum a month, where he has time to recover, recuperate, rehabilitate, etc. But if this is a recurring abductor injury, this is a massive worry and a massive problem. But let's wait for the scans. Hopefully it's not too serious. Get well soon, Christian Pulisic. But moving on to away from the team news, let's talk about the Kai Havertz update now. Another update for you guys. Now, yesterday before the FA Cup final, the Leverkusen boss, Peter Bosz, he spoke about Kai Havertz in an interview, and essentially said that, yes, I know what he wants to do, but of course I'm not going to give it away. It's up to him. Now, that's quite interesting. What was really interesting as well, quite significant, was what Bayer Leverkusen posted on their admin on Twitter, and they were, especially Christian Falk, they posted a documentary on Kai Havertz, on his time at Bayer Leverkusen, and towards the end it looked like a goodbye message. Now, Tony Kroos and the director, chief executive Bayer Leverkusen, said quite interesting things. Now, Tony Kroos came out and said, I trust Kai Havertz very much, and of course I wish him all the best, many titles. Now, Bayer Leverkusen are not a top German team. They're not going to be competing for titles at all. That is quite significant. I wish you all the best. They're definitely hinting that, yes, he's moving this summer, And then, of course, the director said no matter how it goes now with Kai, it is a wonderful right decision. So it looks like a goodbye message from both of them. He will be leaving Bayer Leverkusen. Christian Falk confirmed he will be moving to Chelsea. Kai Havertz will be a Chelsea player this summer. The deal is wrapped, it's done and dusted, and it really is about negotiating now between the two clubs to agree on a fee. Like I kept stressing for time and time, personal terms have been agreed. Documents, paperwork, the length of the contract, everything's been done. It's just the fee to be agreed between the two clubs, which shouldn't take too long. Like now the FA Cup final is out the way. Bayer Leverkusen have obviously finished their season. We've finished our season now with no more games. I know we have Bayern Munich next week, but that's more of a dead rubber game. Our season is pretty much done at this point. So we have full time to really focus, negotiate, and get this deal done. What's really interesting is I'll post a video right now. You can see it for yourself. That's what I mean. Petr Cech pretty much confirming that Kai Havertz will be a Chelsea player. Very good of the fan to get that, but as Petr Cech said, nice try, nice try. Like I said, don't panic. Be optimistic, be confident. Kai Havertz will be the latest addition to this Chelsea squad. He's a current priority for the chief, for the Chelsea hierarchy, and he'll be added alongside Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech. But what was massive last night is what we need to address in that defence. And let's move on to now the final part of this video, and that is the tactical analysis, yes, and how Mikel Arteta outclassed Frank Lampard. Now, what happened before the game is we started the game very well. Lampard's formation, the 3-4-3, both teams utilised the 3-4-3 formation, is the one we used against Wolves, and it was quite effective. Now, we started the game off with a lightning start, of course, going 1-0 with a Christian Pulisic fantastic teamwork goal, high press, high energy, counter-pressing goal, gegenpress style of football, and we had a very, very high line at the back three, and that is what caused us problems. The issue with playing how Lampard wanted to was it was effective, but you have to be clinical when you're doing that counter-pressing, because when you're doing the counter-pressing, you have to play a high line. Now, so in order to play a high line, you need to have pacey centre-backs, and this is where Mikel Arteta outclassed Lampard in this aspect. Arsenal like to progress the ball, like to move the ball quickly and play in triangles, and they're easily press resistant, of course, learning from under Pep Guardiola. But what they're keen is those long balls over the top, down that flank for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to run in behind to, down that right-hand side of Chelsea for the left flank of Arsenal, as Aubameyang targeting Azpi, running in behind in countless times. This happened 3-4 times before Azpi gave away the penalty. And this is very clever with Arteta, and he outclassed Lampard, and Lampard should have done some tactical tweaks. Aubameyang was constantly long ball over the top, and Azpi's not going to catch Aubameyang with pace. He was targeting that flank, and it happened 3-4 times, and Chelsea got very, very lucky until, of course, Azpi gave away the penalty, and because of those continuous long balls, Azpi then, as a result, picked up the hamstring injury and had to be subbed off. Now, what should have been done, in my personal opinion, is either you switch to a back four, which I think you should have done a lot earlier, or if you're going to be persistent with the back three and adamant, you should have swapped Rudiger and Azpi, stick Rudiger right centre back, because of course he has experience there. Stick Azpi in a central centre back where his pace is not as much exploited. Rudiger is more pacey and can compete more with Aubameyang when it comes to pace. Would have handled the situation a lot better, and therefore we could have kind of nullified that threat of the long ball. However, in my opinion, the more better solution would have been the 4-3-3. Now, Lampard is a genius. He's not a stupid man. We saw it at the Emirates when he made that tactical switch with Jorginho coming on in the 34th minute to completely change the complexion of the game. 4-3-3, Jorginho is natural regista position. And that's what I think should have been done. If Kante had enough fitness in him, in my opinion, at half-time, the sub should have been made where the formation would change, the whole structure of the game would change. 4-3-3, Jorginho is a natural regista position, controlling and dictating the tempo of the game. Not playing a high line to not expose our slow fullbacks. I'll then bring on Emerson for Alonso to bring that pace and, of course, that attacking ability going forwards. And, of course, Alonso is a bit suspect defensively. You have Reece James on the other side at right back, and have Zuma Christensen remove Rudiger, who was at fault for the second goal, and that would have been nullified completely. Jorginho in his register position with Kante in the right centre to give it that high energy, high press, and that box-to-box role to win the ball back. Kovacic controlling and transitioning the player left centre mids, and then I would have had, of course, the front three of Pulisic unfortunately got injured, Giroud, and then of course Mason Mount. And I will say this now, Willian was a big miss today. His dribbling, his creativity was a big miss, and that's something that would have been added bonus in this game, and unfortunately that wasn't meant to be. But we have to move on now. I'm still gutted, to be honest. I'm really upset from last night, but it's going to take some time to heal. But once it's over, we have a big summer ahead, and we've got a massive season. So be confident, chin up. We've got a big season, we've got Champions League football, lots to look forward to. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, smash like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.